the Bottom Line podcast presented by Anchor.fm, your home for sports and entertainment talk. I'm Jimmy Fedizzi. I hope you're doing well. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to take a listen. I really do appreciate it. Before we get started, you know the drill. Questions, opinions, Twitter and Instagram at BottomLineWMCX. Use the hashtag BottomLine. Leave a voice message on the Anchor app or at Anchor.fm. And if you like what you see on YouTube, please leave a like and a comment down below. It helps out tremendously. And please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss a single episode. And please subscribe on all audio listening platforms. Just include Jimmy when searching for the Bottom Line podcast. All right, that's out of the way. So we got a very interesting episode today. Something a little bit out of the ordinary here. And there's a reason for this. So as you can tell, I'm wearing a First to 11 sweatshirt in case you're not watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the audio side, I'm wearing a First to 11 sweatshirt. So a couple of weeks ago, I was having a conversation with a few members of the First to 11 Bonkers chat on Instagram. Shout outs to you guys, by the way. I appreciate all of you, especially Autumn, Thomas, Brian, Austin. I can go on and on and on. All of them are tremendous people. So I appreciate you guys so much for having me a part of the fun, I like to say. But anyway, so a couple weeks ago, I was having a conversation with them about our favorite First to 11 covers. In case you don't know who First to 11 is, and you're living under a rock if you don't know who they are, but all kidding aside, if you don't know who First to 11 are, they are a rock band hailing from Erie, Pennsylvania. Audra Miller on vocals, Matt Yost on guitar, Ryan Krysiak on bass, and Sam Gilman on drums. And Ryan, I apologize if I said your last name incorrect. I'm sure that's a common thing, but again, I apologize if I said that incorrectly. You can correct me on your own if you'd like, but I digress there. But that's your lineup right there. They are all tremendous musicians. They're super talented. They're one of the best bands out there. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. I'll probably make a top 5 list of my favorite bands of all time, maybe a top 10 in the future. We'll see. But that's who First to 11 is. They are known for their covers on YouTube, but they do have original music. You can follow them on Spotify, iTunes, and go subscribe to them on YouTube because they are well over 1 million now. We help them celebrate that. The last time they were on, we've had them on this podcast a multitude of times. They are just down to earth. They're so friendly. They're so kind. They're so thoughtful. They're so thankful of their fans. And they're just tremendous people. And Neil and I have gotten the pleasure to know them personally. They're great friends of ours, and we can't thank them enough for being so kind to us and for always coming back on the podcast. We really do appreciate it. And they're always welcome back. So go check out First to 11 if you have not done so already. And by the way, the last time we had First to 11 on, like I said, we helped them celebrate 1 million subscribers. The last interview that we did with them on YouTube is close to 900 views at the time of this recording. Close to 900 views. If it breaks 1,000, I might lose my mind, but I'll post a link in the description below on YouTube and also on Anchor.fm. In case you have not seen it, go check it out, please. It would really mean a lot. But anyway, all that aside, so I was having a conversation with the First to 11 Bonkers chat on Instagram about our favorite First to 11 covers. I know a couple of people gave their lists in the chat, but then one of the members, Brian Moritz of Inspiring How You See That, that's Inspiring How the letter U, the letter C, it. Go subscribe to him on YouTube, by the way. Fantastic stuff from them. Also known as Brian, by the way. But Brian did a video of his top 11 First to 11 covers, and I figured, you know what? Why not do one of my own? And I've been thinking about it for a little while, so I have the final list in front of me. It's on my phone right next to me. So with all that being said, this is my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers as of right now. Now, again, keep in mind with any top 5, top 10, whatever list that Neil and I do, it is strictly our own opinions. So this list in particular, this is my list. So this is my opinion, not fact. So please do not get into a hissy fit. If you agree or disagree, that's more than fine. Or if you want to leave your own list, leave it in the comments section below on YouTube and also on Twitter and Instagram at BottomLineWMCX. X. So, with all that aside, or actually, let's change the mood a little bit here. There we go, much better. In case you didn't see on YouTube, I changed the background on Zoom to First to 11's logo. So there's that. Got to set the mood a little bit here, right? First to 11 sweatshirt, First to 11 logo behind me, all set to go. So now we got all that out of the way. Let's get into this list of the top 11 First to 11 covers according to yours truly. Number 11 on our list, Closer by the Chainsmokers. Now, this cover is the one that first got me into First to 11. This cover came out in 2016, and I was not disappointed. Like I said, this was my first introduction to First to 11, and I'll be honest, I don't like the original version. I really, really don't. I really prefer this version better, and there's a reason why, because rock music is my favorite type of music. All kinds of rock music. Hard rock, classic rock, metal, heavy metal, you name it. Except for those death metal bands. I don't really like death metal all that much, or black metal, whatever. But hard rock, classic rock, heavy metal are the main kinds of rock music that I'm really, really into. And this cover first really got me into the hard rock genre. So, and like I said, the first introduction to First to 11. So this cover has not disappointed me back then in 2016, and it still doesn't disappoint now. They absolutely nailed this one. It's number 11 on my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers. Number 10, In the Name of Love by Martin Garrix or Gary and Baby Rexha. I feel like people tend to forget that they actually covered this song. And if you haven't heard it, go check it out, because this is an absolute banger of a cover. Now, I don't mind the original version of this. It's okay. And by the way, I'm sorry if I pronounced the artists' names incorrectly. I'm sorry about that. But the original one is actually okay. I don't mind the original, but this version is so much better in my opinion. I mean, the pounding of the drums, the pulses on the guitar and the bass, Audra killing it on vocals as always. This version is an absolute monster. It is tremendous. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's number 10 on my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers. Number 9, Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria. Now, Matt Yost, guitarist of First to 11, stated on the record on this podcast that this song was one of the hardest covers they've ever done because of the 2-minute guitar solo. Some of the vocal parts, some of the guitar parts were a little bit difficult, but I can't go inside their heads. I can't imagine how hard it must be to cover a song like that. And I play guitar, so there's that. But look, the bottom line is this song, am I the only one that thinks that this is heavier than the original version? And I love the original version. I love Coheed and Cambria. But this version, if the original sounded more like First to 11's version, I'd definitely be interested a lot more. Now, again, I love this version. So before you kill me, I'm not dissing the original. But this version is a lot heavier. I absolutely love it. They nailed it, despite them saying it's one of the hardest covers they've ever done. They absolutely nailed it. It's number 10, or number 9 on my list, excuse me, of the top 11 First to 11 covers. Number 8, Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Hey, hey, bye, 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 bye.
That's a lot of buys, by the way. All right, listen. I'm going to be on the record here. I obviously am not a boy band type of person, as you can probably tell if you're watching on YouTube. I'm not a big boy band person at all. I have heard of NSYNC. I have heard a lot of their songs, but I'm not the biggest fan of NSYNC. I'm sorry. But with that said, this version of their hit song, Bye Bye Bye, really makes me appreciate the original version a lot more. First to 11 nailed this. It's probably one of the best covers of this song I've ever heard. There really is no adding anything other than that. It's number 8 on my list. Number 7, Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
I don't think anybody saw this cover coming. am I wrong? I don't think anybody saw this cover coming. But this came out on Halloween, I believe either last year. No, not last year. 2019. This cover came out on Halloween. And I gotta tell you, they took a classic song from probably one of the best movies ever, in my opinion at least. It's a classic movie. They took a classic song like Over the Rainbow and turned it into a song as Matt Yost likes to put it, slammed. It slammed a lot. They made it so much heavier than it already was. The original is chill. I like the original version. You know, props to Judy Garland and God rest her soul. But this version, my goodness gracious. If anybody can top this cover, I would like to see it. But as far as I know, nobody can top this cover. Over the Rainbow, First to 11, is number 7 on my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers. Number 6, Dance Monkey by Tones and I.
Dance on me, dance on me, dance on me, oh, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before.
I cannot stand the original version of this song. I mean, the vocals are really, really cringeworthy in my opinion. I mean, the music itself isn't terrible in the original, but just because of the vocals, I can't stand the original version. This version improved on the original in every single aspect possible. I mean, the tone of the guitars, the tone of the drums. Audra once again just absolutely killing it on vocals. I mean, this version truly, truly makes you want to dance like a monkey, and it's number 6 on my list. All right, now we're getting into the top 5, and this is where it got really, really tough because I kept changing the top 5. So at number 5, we have Deathbed by Powfu.
Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. It'll get you up and going out of bed. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. This version is the only version of the song I will ever listen to. I cannot stand the original version of the song. I can't stand it. I hate it. Don't make me listen to it. Make me listen to this version if you're gonna make me listen to this song. Because this version, not only is it chill as heck, it is one of the best covers I've ever heard. I mean, all of them killed it. I mean, you even see Sam playing guitars. I mean, here's the thing about Sam Gilman. He is a true talent. He is a multi-instrumentalist. He plays guitar, he plays drums, he plays keyboard. I can go on and on and on. But this version is the only version I'll ever listen to of this song. No disrespect to the original artists, but I can't stand the original. Give me this version over the original any day of the week. It's number 5 on my list. Number 4, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me through the night.
Good old Evanescence. One of my favorite bands of all time, and First to 11 did them justice with this cover. And I can't imagine how difficult it must be to cover Amy Lee. I mean, Amy Lee is one of my favorite vocalists ever. I mean, she has an amazing, amazing voice. And if you haven't heard of Evanescence, go look them up. Like I said, they're one of my favorite bands of all time, and Amy Lee is just, my goodness, she is gorgeous and she has a wonderful voice. And First to 11 did them justice with this version of Bring Me to Life. not only did they remove the quote-unquote rap part of the song, which I thought was okay in the original. I kind of liked it. But to get rid of that and add a guitar solo, I would have preferred that a lot more in the original version. So huge props to First to 11 for doing that. And Ryan does the male vocal part and the screams as well. I thought he did a really, really good job on that song. But Audra killed the vocals on this. I mean, the guitars and the drums obviously are fantastic. All of them did a really good job. Matt, Sam, Audra, Ryan, all of them were terrific. And the lights in the video, the lights really set the tone for this. So Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. I love this cover. I love the original, but I wish the original had the guitar solo. That's my only gripe. And that's why Bring Me to Life is number 4 on my list. Number 3. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty here, folks. Number 3. Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, my mind. Oh, she's...
Now, I actually do like the original version of this song. I really do. It's actually really, really catchy. But this version's a whole lot catchier in my opinion. I mean, I like this cover for the tone of the guitar by Matt. I mean, it is just absolutely fantastic. I'm in love with guitar sounds, and this one probably has one of the best sounding guitars in this song, the tone at least. So Matt, props to you for that. But the rest of them absolutely killed it as always. I love this cover. I don't mind the original, but obviously I feel this version is a whole lot better. It's number 3 on my list. Number 2. Take On Me by a-ha. This song is actually the new intro song that you hear on YouTube. And yes, they gave me permission to use that, so don't come copywriting me here. But anyway, listen, another song where, again, I love the original. Who doesn't love the original version of Take On Me? You can't help but sing along every time you hear it. But this version makes you want to dance to it and sing to it at the same time. I mean, everything about it is just absolutely fantastic. And the lights in the video, like Bring Me to Life, the lights in the video really, really bring this cover to life. I absolutely love this version. I blast it in my car almost every day of the week. No shame. But Take On Me by a-ha is number 2 on my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers. Now, before we get to number 1, I do have a couple of honorable mentions here. I feel bad for actually not putting them on the list, but this list was an absolute doozy to put together. So if I did leave anything off that should have been on the list, I do apologize. You can let me know in the comments below or on Twitter and Instagram. So the honorable mentions: Kings and Queens by Ava Max with Half-Lives. Again, I do like the original, but this version is a lot better, and Half-Lives really, really complimented Audra Miller and the band really, really well. So Kings and Queens by Ava Max deserves an honorable mention. Somebody to Love by Queen with Halasine, Violet Orlandi, and Lauren Babic. Also, who we had on the podcast. In the last episode that we had First to 11 on, we dropped a big surprise on them and had Addie from Halasine, Violet Orlandi, and Lauren Babic on to surprise them, to help them celebrate 1 million subscribers. And look, this cover is fantastic. Nothing will ever top the original Queen. Don't get me wrong. Nothing will ever top Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon. Nobody. But this might be a close second, in my opinion. As sacrilegious as that may say, this might be a close second. I mean, Matt Yost nails the guitar solo. All 4 of the ladies, Audra, Addie, Violet, and Lauren, nail the vocals. Ryan nails it on bass, and Sam really, really captures the classic Ryan Taylor drum part. So that cover is absolutely fantastic. It deserves an honorable mention at least. And the last honorable mention, Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. Do I even need to say any more? Go check it out for yourself, and you'll know what I mean. It's fantastic. So those are the honorable mentions. So Once again, before we get to number one, here is a recap here of what we have for the top 11 first to 11 covers, according to yours truly. Number 11, Closer by the Chainsmokers. Number 10, In the Name of Love by Martin Garrix or Gary and Bebe Rexha. Again, sorry for saying that incorrectly if I did. Number 9, Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria. Number 8, Bye 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 by NSYNC. Number 7, Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. Number 6, Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Number 5, Deathbed by Powfu and Beba Doobie. Jeez, that's a tongue twister right there. But that's number 5. Number 4, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Number 3, Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max. Number 2, Take On Me by Aha. Honorable mentions, Kings and Queens by Ava Max with Half-Lives. Somebody to Love by Queen with Halicene, Viola Rolandi, and Lauren Babic. And Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. And number 1, this might be biased for me because this band is, again, one of my favorite bands of all time. So this might be a little bit biased for me. But at number 1 of the top 11 first to 11 covers is Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin.
Something's getting in the way. Something's just about to break. I will try to find my place in the diary of Jane. So tell me how it should be.
This cover. I really don't know what more I can add. It's just absolutely fantastic. Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them in concert one too many times, and I am looking to see them again once it's safe to do so. Breaking Benjamin holds a special place in my heart. I've been listening to them since my childhood, all right? So there's that. And First to 11 did them justice with this cover. I mean, it is absolutely... It's a teeny bit heavier than the original version. And again, I love Breaking Benjamin. I love the original Diary of Jane. Nothing will ever top that. But this cover is an absolute close second, in my opinion. This cover is absolutely one of the best covers I have ever heard. It's number 1 on my list for a reason. Not only because Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands of all time, but so is First to 11. And the fact that they did this song justice the way they did, I think really speaks volumes. So Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin is number 1 on my list of the top 11 First to 11 covers. All right, and on that note, that'll wrap it up for this fun-filled episode of the Bottom Line Podcast. I felt bad for leaving Stairway to Heaven off, as I know some of you are probably asking, oh, where's Stairway to Heaven? Look, I initially had it on another list, but this was so tough. When I got to the top 5 is when I really started to jumble with everything. And I had Stairway to Heaven on. I really did, because I think Stairway to Heaven is a phenomenal cover, and it was a phenomenal way to end 2020. But it was so tough. I felt so awful for leaving it off the list, because it really is a phenomenal cover. But I felt bad leaving it off. So before you kill me, I feel bad. Please don't take it personally. But I do think it should definitely be up there with one of the best covers of all time. So now on that note, that'll wrap it up for this episode of the Bottom Line Podcast. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, if you agree or disagree with this list, or if you want to leave your own list, let me know on Twitter and Instagram at BottomLineWMCX, or leave a comment down below on YouTube if you're watching. Use hashtag BottomLine. Leave a voice message on the Anchor app or Anchor.fm. And again, if you like what you see on YouTube, please leave a like and a comment down below. Helps out tremendously. And please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss a single episode. And please subscribe on all audio listening platforms. Just include Jimmy when searching for this podcast. This was a fun list to do. Fun but tough. If you want to give me a challenge to do more of these lists, by all means, let me at them. I'm up to the challenge, baby. I'm Jimmy Finizzi. This is the Bottom Line Podcast. See you in the next episode. Peace out.